what was episode 5?
I think it was 5.
5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to episode 5. We forget that, human, okay? Saturday, chill. Okay, today we have Avirup. Your name is Avirup. Right?
Avirup, yeah.
Okay, we also have Kaushal, but he's a beer today.
Yeah.
To beer or not to beer. Okay.
Study previously that the millennials, they are losing interest very fast. So you want to convey something to them in the least amount of time that you can, right? So I think memes are the best way to do that. You can get a humor out of it and you get the gist of it. I remember we had this conversation maybe a few weeks back where you were also like nobody wants to read a lot, right? Be it an email or a message or whatever. They just want to look at something, see if it makes sense. If it doesn't, they'll let go. If it does, then great, good for us.
How do you draw the line? For example, while I also understand few sales leaders say, hey, you know what, when CEOs go to office, they don't leave their humor at home.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not sure. If you ask me, I still feel a little uncomfortable sending memes to maybe a CEO, thinking, yeah, oh my God, he's a CEO. What is he gonna do, right?
Well, it depends actually. I mean, sometimes you have to take the chance as well. And there's nothing sure shot that whether that person will like it or not, because I remember once I reached out to a prospect on LinkedIn and it was just a message, it was not even a meme, and it was a pretty formal message, and he literally said that I'm not your friend, I'm not your anybody that you know me, so don't prospect on LinkedIn. I felt like I would just message him saying that do you want me to send an email, but I did not, but I just let it be like that. But yeah, so you never know that maybe memes can be like crossing the line to some people, but for some the threshold is so low that even a message can cross the line. So you can't really guess that.
Agreed. I think that's funny because at the same time, now when I ask that question, I realize what the hell are you asking? The same thing applies to LinkedIn, right? So I think I saw a meme yesterday. I think after you joined our team, everywhere I see is meme. So I probably joined a couple of meme channels, and one of the meme I saw yesterday was on the lines of where prospect said, I think we posted that on our channel yesterday. Remember? Where we talked about, if you're not going to reply to my message, I'm going to send an email. So I think the same thing applies, right? Yeah. People can get offended with the cold calls. Right. I think we are probably lucky that we are reaching out to salespeople, so not many people get offended because they've reached that. So the threshold is even lower for us, so it's actually an advantage for us.
And plus, they are also like, salespeople are pretty much bored. I mean, I believe that in the last episode, like...
Why did you say bored?
No, I mean, in the same thing, in the last episode, you talked about the same line you use for cold calling. The same thing that they have heard like 50,000. They're like, do something new. At least it will be good for me. I mean, okay, I won't give you a meeting, but yeah, it's fine. It's something new, right?
Yeah, I mean... let's make the best use per time.
Yeah,
right?
So I remember even telling you there was this one prospect who opened the email 12 times, which had a meme in it. But she did not give me a meeting. But she probably showed it to everybody and she had a laugh.
And they're prospects, right? Who replies to us, and we have, I think, the entire team has had at least one reply where you actually have had most of them where the prospect said, I'm not going to give you a meeting, send me memes.
Yeah, I have.
Right? You had the prospect.
She said that,
that actually made me laugh. Send me more. But she did not give you a meeting. That's fine, At least that made your day. We are having a conversation about discussing that. How do you, so for example, I'm pretty sure not everybody can think like you, right? So for example, I'm probably a good executor. I'm not sure how everybody works, for example. So if you teach me the steps, say this is what you have to do to create a meme. So we've established the importance of it. We've established that this works in prospecting or whatever you're doing, right? And I think we are also trying to start posting memes on our channel. So I think we are pro memes now.
Right. Yeah.
So where I come from is there are a lot of people who are watching this who want to try meme, but they at the same time they probably don't want to, let's say, copy the exact same thing you've done. They probably have their own style and they want to bring that into memes. So what is the best way to get started? How do you create memes from step one?
So if you're just an absolute noob, if that's the word I can use, so what you can do is that you can check a lot of meme templates which are there online. You can check to image flip and a lot of even follow like Reddit or 9gag. They have a lot of meme templates that you can get an idea of. Just think about it, like how you can place it through your benefit. I mean, send it over to your friends or to your prospects, doesn't matter. It has to be relatable. That is what memes are all about, right? So see that if it can be relatable, put a text in it and just see that and just pray to God, like if it makes something.
Pray to God.
Yeah.
Is that part of the, like, is it step 4? Pray to God, or step 5?
No, pray to God is pretty much the entire
Entire philosophy.
Yeah, it's there. It's the main idea about
Okay.
it. Because like you said, that you never know when you're crossing the line, right? So it's just fingers crossed, but line can also be crossed.
Okay, we're gonna put a meme around this. Pray to God, best philosophy. Okay, so I'm gonna put. We will try to put all the links which you mentioned.
Right.
So what you're saying is there are templates.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the template. So what you're saying is, for example, there might be a template where could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Template could be anything. How do you put words? Is what I'm trying to understand.
So the words about this is that you need to keep it as simple as you can. So sometimes I don't know if some of you have watched Simpsons. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So Simpsons is a series which has been like one of the longest running series. It's an animated series, and this main guy Homer Simpson. The way he talks in a very what can I say? Like in a very primitive way. The way his mind works. Okay. So and that's not a bad thing, but it's something that it uses very less amount of words, but it can convey the message. Like see, Homer do this, Homer like this, just like that, but not like Homer like doing this. So
Right.
you can place something in just a few simple words and you can just put it there. So that's all. Like you don't need to be entirely proactive in keeping all the words that are there. You just have to put like whatever comes to your mind, just put it. I'm sure a lot of people think the same, so you can work on that.
I get where you're coming from, and I know what you're saying. However, I'm also thinking about few SDRs, for example, who has recently started in their role, for example, who are not as creative, or who probably have not watched Simpsons, or probably any other series for that matter, who are like,
Those people send me a connection request.
yeah, okay. Do that. Don't send me a connection request. Okay, all the connection requests should go to him. Anyway, so are you saying that people should start watching Simpsons to get that idea, to get the humor element?
It's not just Simpsons, it's like a lot of things that you can get out of life. I mean, I watch a lot of series, a lot of movies, I listen to a lot of songs as well.
I think I'm trying to get a sense that you have a lot of time where you probably don't sleep.
Yeah, that's
you look good, you sleep even right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep more than 5 hours, probably 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just that I can't.
But you still report to work late every day. How's that?
It's just that I don't know, like probably I just don't stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, okay. So so where we're going now with this is, and like this is something which I'm guessing you can't learn this in one day. So for example, you're probably that stand-up comedian who has done 100 shows, and you're trying to tell me, hey, comedy is easy, right? What are you stressing about? I'm literally worried about. I'm literally thinking from about SDRs who are probably 1 month or 2 months to system, who want to try memes. So one thing, of course, they can do is they can copy a lot of templates. What I understand.
Right.
When I follow a lot of channels on Instagram, they have memes, but when I go there and I see, hey, can I use this in prospecting? The answer is no. Right? They might be generic,
right?
Which talks about salespeople life or corporate life.
Right.
But those are not something which I can use in prospecting. Do you have tips, for example, let's say if you were to teach somebody how to create 3 prospecting memes today, okay, what memes would you choose, and what would you write in those?
Okay, so first of all, what I will do is that I would see that which region of the prospects that I'm reaching out to.
Okay.
If it's a prospect from the US, I'll generally, what I do is that I stick to the Bernie memes and the Trump. You might have seen those, right? So those are pretty relatable, and what happens in those memes is that you can get the idea of it, and so many memes are made up on those templates. When you just say Google Bernie memes, okay, Bernie wearing mittens meme, you'll see a lot of memes that have been made which could be used as a similar thing in a sales line, just tweaking a few words. So like say this thread has gone so cold that Bernie has his mittens on. So I once saw that like sending my ex's heart is so cold that Bernie has his mittens on. So you can just tweak those words. If you are absolutely starting out, you can just tweak those words, make it useful as to how you can use it for prospecting your company or whatever region that you're going.
I think Bernie is a trending meme.
Bernie is always a trending. I remember one of the prospects replying me on LinkedIn saying that Bernie is like my favorite. I would kill to have Bernie as my grandpa. So,
yeah, I remember that. You showed me.
She wrote that. So yeah, it's a pretty trending topic, but also depends upon the region, like I said. I mean, generally, even if you are targeting an Indian audience, you don't want to if you're maintaining the professionalism, you don't want to go to a lot of memes which are like,
Prime
movie
Minister.
memes or stuffs like that. You might not want to,
Yeah.
because like you said, that crossing the line, you're not calling, you're not just sending them memes to have fun. You do that to your friends. Here you are doing to gain their attention. And I believe that a lot of people might not have the same sense of humor, or maybe the same kind of threshold in tolerating humor from people whom they do not know. So keep it simple, but keep it professional. You are there to gain their attention, probably give them a giggle or a smile, but you're not there to just be a joker in front of them doing full on comedy. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's the line.
At the end of the day, yeah, like you said, the whole purpose is to gain their attention.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also trying to initiate that response in a
Right.
subtle way.
Right.
Ask them that I need a response. It's been a
Right.
while since I've been writing to you.
Right, that's all.
Yeah, it makes sense. And like you said, I think not everybody would have that sense of humor.
Right.
I think at the same time, you don't want to sound like don't want to be like another meme from Instagram.
Yeah,
Eh,
exactly. You need to have it customized also in some cases.
Yeah.
Like say, for example, if you're sending about your company, so you can put something related to what your company does. So
Yeah.
you can put it there, and they can actually see that it's a customized meme. This person actually made it for me,
Correct.
or to reach out to people who can be a prospect for his company. So that gives a personal touch to that, not like something you just downloaded or took a screenshot and just sent it away.
Yeah.
So those things can actually work. People like things which are customized, be it in emails or be it in LinkedIn messages, because at the end of the day, they will know that this person is reaching out probably to 100 people per day. How am I different? Why am I going to give them a reply or a message? So
Okay.
that's all. Probably customization is the key, be it to the prospect or be it to your company or yourself.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think another topic I want to talk to you about is you finished your MBA
Yeah.
about 2 years
No,
ago.
no, no, 19. Yeah, 2 years.
2 years ago, and then you worked with an enterprise company.
Yeah.
And then you you joined as an SDR.
Yeah.
Uh, what advice would you have, let's say, for people who have, let's say, MBA?
Mhm.
I don't know if MBA works. I don't care about whether you're an MBA or not. What advice would you have for people, let's say, who are trying to get into SDR role, but they have no experience?
Yeah, okay. So for me, what I started off is that I did my MBA in marketing. Okay.
Mhm.
So sales is a part of marketing.
Mhm.
So in that case, I have always had interest in sales. I knew that I can talk to people, I can at least build up connections and stuff like that. So I wanted to utilize it. But however, things did not happen, and it was a different role when I started off my career. So what you need to do is that when you are going forward for an interview for an entirely different role that you have never gotten into, you need to be confident. You should, I won't say sell yourself, but to some extent you should be convincing to the fact that even though you're coming from a different background, you are up for it. You are up for the fact that you can unlearn a lot of things that you have learned. You can mold yourself to something which is better for the job role that you're getting into. So you have to be amiable in whatever you're trying to achieve. So that is what you need to put the confidence on.
Got it. I distinctly remember when you came for the interview,
Yeah.
you were suited,
Yeah.
and you said that I wanted to impress you,
Yeah.
and you did, of course. Your presentation skills were like top notch, and it still is, and I think we've talked about this. So tell me all the things which you did, like say, while you were preparing for the interview. I'm sure a lot of people can take tips
Yeah.
From that.
So Rahul, generally what I do is that, so a lot of people from my college also asks me about interview tips and all. So
So you must be good at it.
Yeah, I am. So I'm not being humble here, but yeah. So what's the main thing about when I go for an interview is that I have nothing to lose. Okay, so I have this attitude, because the moment you think that this is a do or die situation for me, there's a moment then you start losing confidence. You start being a bit more, uptight in what you are saying. You will be like, okay, probably I should have said, while the interview process, you will be like, probably I should not have said that, and that hampers the rest of the process that follows.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of overthinking that goes on, and we are a generation that we believe in overthinking, and we do that a lot. So that's the first thing, that do not absolutely have any expectations what might come out. Give your best. It might not work out, and honestly speaking, if you have confidence in yourself, there are a lot of jobs out there which you can get. This is not the end of the world. So
True.
keep that thing in your mind always when you are going.
Sure.
And preparation, I do like when I go forward with an interview, what I do is that I try to learn about the company culture, Because what I believe is that
how do you learn that? Because from where I come from, it's very hard to do that.
Right.
Because no company would put if they have a bad culture, no company would put it out there.
No, there are a few companies. I don't want to name
Okay,
them,
okay.
but there are. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know that, and it's pretty vocal. And
Like, are you talking about Glassdoor?
not just Glassdoor, there are a lot of ex-employees on YouTube also commenting about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
So
We're not
it's not
going
like
there,
that.
but
So-
I'm talking about, let's say, companies in general. Let's say you apply. Let's say you apply to a SaaS company, or let's say you apply to a SaaS company in the future. It's almost next to impossible to find out the true culture of a company.
That's true.
If you reach out to an employee, no employee would badmouth their current employer.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you can go to the previous employees. For example, I'll be honest. If let's say somebody reaches out to me today about a previous company I work with, I would be very uncomfortable giving him feedback about, even if the company was bad, for example. Because one, I don't know this guy.
Right.
What if this guy joins that company and talks shit about me, right?
Right.
So unless I don't have that strong relation with, it will be very hard for me to even find out. So how did you find out, or how do you find out?
So you don't generally find that out, okay? You, like, say for example, before I came into Slintel, I have been following you for quite some time on LinkedIn. So I have seen you, I have seen a couple of posts by Anupreet as well, and I knew that what kind of things that go on in the company, maybe from the outside. Like, I've seen that where you have been encouraging a lot of SDRs, like whoever has achieved the target, tagging them on comments and things like that, having each other's back. So these things are the subtle way of giving away that what a kind of
That's
culture that
show.
you have.
That's show business.
Yeah, it might be, but at the end of the day, it's what it is what it is, right? I mean, as a person who's coming for an interview, I am seeing that, and I
But
would have that.
you're seeing what probably the world is trying to show. So
Yeah.
to give you an example, so there is a company who was into the top Indian startups, right?
Yeah.
LinkedIn awarded them the top Indian
Yeah.
startups, and because and the company has done their best, and if you observe the company from let's say 100 feet view, you will see a company is doing great,
Yeah.
revenue is great, logos are great, but because I know the entire situation, what's going on in the company, why employees are
Yeah.
leaving, and how toxic the culture is,
Yeah.
that's something you can't find out.
Right.
So what you are doing is, so basically this company was very successful in convincing people, right?
Yeah.
Like you said.
So yeah, that's definitely there. But it's also the fact that, I mean, that in the end of the day, that is all it is. Like, a company, if you are as a person who is hiring, like, say for example, for me, I was not entirely aware of how this process goes on for selling in B2B, right? But probably you to some extent saw that if this person will also be culturally fit. Because if I'm not, like, my work ethics need to be like at par with the company's work ethics, maybe what I have done might not be the same. But yeah, I have to, do a few things that to learn, and I need to show them that I am up for it. I am up for the change, not like I'm going to be rigid at what I did. Probably in my previous job, what I'll say is that it was nothing like what it is right now. So it was entirely different. So I was flexible to that part, that I want to go forward and change the way that I do and mold it to something that I want to do for the next 10, 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of the ways I find culture of a company, and this is for everyone who's trying to, let's say, judge company by culture, have a set of 5 questions prepared for the co-founder or a founder, or let's say if you're going to interview with them. Have a 5 set of questions prepared for, just have these questions prepared for any employee. The only way, if you want to find out if the company is transparent, is if you're in the final round, let's say with CEO, and like you said, and if you have that mindset, you have nothing to lose. Even if you lose this interview, it's fine.
Yeah.
Ask the CEO, hey, would you be comfortable introducing me to any one of your employee, which I will choose? Okay. I will speak to that person, ask him 5 questions.
Okay, that's great.
If this person is comfortable,
Yeah.
if they want to prep the employee, fine, let them do it.
Yeah.
He or she would not know what kind of question you're going to ask. Say that, if you want to record that interview, it's fine. Ask those 5 candidate questions to that employee. And it has to be someone not in sales, for example.
Okay.
Ask someone who is usually who cannot be prepped easily.
Okay.
Could be a techie, could be someone from engineering, could be from, from HR maybe.
Okay.
Ask those tough questions.
Okay, yeah.
And see if you think, you can get those answers correct.
Yeah.
One, your first sign would be if company says, no, we're not comfortable. That's your first sign. Company doesn't want to be transparent.
Yeah.
Company says, okay. And then you speak to the person and you realize, hey, you know what, 60-70% it's fine, 30% it still looks okay. Like, you can take the judgment call based on that.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would say. If the company screams that we are all about being open. Do this experiment. If it fails, company says we can't do this. Yeah, that's not the right company to join in the first place.
That's a good way to find out. I mean, that's kind of a foolproof way to find out either or. I mean, it can go. If the first step is no, then you can obviously get it there. Like understand that whatever is outside is a sugarcoat. Yeah.
I think another thing what people can do is, if you, let's say, read something on Glassdoor, and if you think it's coming up over and again, like after a few months, so it could be that, let's say, companies managers are all about micromanaging, and if you think that's coming up, bring that up. Hey, I saw that on your Glassdoor rating, micromanaging is one topic which you guys have not been able to solve so far.
Right.
What is your strategy behind
That's
it?
good. Great.
So,
yeah.
show that research.
So for that, you need to have that attitude that this is not everything in my world. Like, this is not something that I have to get it.
Yeah.
Because if you yourself want to work in an environment that you are comfortable with, you need to ask these questions, and these are pretty legit questions.
Yeah.
That
But I think
sense.
what you said makes the most sense. That you have to have that attitude that what, I don't get the job, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. I'm sure you should be confident in your skills. You should be confident that I'll probably get another one.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
if I don't get it, let it be.
Right. That's all. Yeah. That is literally what I follow. Yeah.
Great. Thanks for being on the show, Avirup.
Sure.
You will anyways be with us.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a rapid fire for you,
Sure.
just like everybody. Ready?
Absolutely.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. What do you hate about memes?
Nothing.
Bad answer. You won't get the hamper.
Damn.
How much did you pay to Kaushal to get into salesman?
Just a bottle of beer. That's all. I was just saying right now.
Okay. How much do you sleep? You already answered that.
Yeah, 5 hours.
What do you do when you save those 4 hours of sleep?
I don't know. I just do something, like I just play something. I play guitar. I'll just listen to something. That's all.
Yeah, I know. What do you hate most about your current job?
I should not say this. We'll take this offline.
No, you have to answer this. You can't pass this.
The tasks, absolutely.
Copied. Okay. What do you like most about the job?
The people that I'm working with.
If you were an animal, what will you be?
I'll be a pig.
What the hell? Why? I want to answer. Why a pig? You wanna loathe in that mud or something, like you want to take shower?
I don't know.
That's what you already do, right?
No, I don't know. Just a pig.
I
don't know.
Something must have come to your mind. People usually say lion, a tiger, cheetah, leopard, jaguar. Right? I get these answers. Eagle.
No, I mean they're the next most intelligent animals after
How?
humans and dolphins.
Are you impressed with Hakuna Matata? Or?
Yeah. That's one thing. Yeah. I've always been a fan of Timon and
But
Pumbaa.
that still doesn't give me an answer. Pick second most intelligent. How?
No, the second most intelligent after dolphins and humans, probably.
Pig.
And probably.
Where did you hear this?
A pig told me.
A pig told. Okay, all right, awesome. Thanks for again for coming on the show. It was really funny, man.
Yeah,
I think most one of the funniest. Previous one was like pathetic.